Incoming, sir. Location looks to be central Indiana. Fire up those sirens, Sergeant. Brian K. Morris. He came without warning.
How dare you!
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Anyway, hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm Brian K. Morris, publisher, editor, writer, broadcaster, and former mortician's assistant. Hope you had a good weekend, everyone. Mine was okay. No shows this weekend. Got to spend the weekend nursing my knees. And I apologize for not being here last week. The wonderful Eclipse Con took a lot out of me. And we could not make it to the show last week. Oh, well. Anyway, we are back with the extravaganza. And yesterday I had like a moment, what we call a momentary lapse of awesomeness. That's my code word for depression triggering. Something happened and my depression was triggered and I'm still dealing with it. So we may not be up high energy, but that doesn't mean we don't appreciate everyone that shows up here. And we definitely appreciate the people that show up later also. If you've got something to say, put it in the comments below. Otherwise, you who are here live, type me in some comments. I will read them on the air, unless they're that kind of comment, in which case you will be dealt with severely probably. Oh, my sideburns are just crazy today. But anyway, that's better. Anyway, so anyway, now that we're more natty now, we are going to proceed with the show. And we want to thank some people. Of course, we can't go on without thanking our wonderful Patreon people. Without them, we couldn't do this thing. And Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with an affordable monthly stipend. And we do appreciate it. A lot of what happens here at the Rising Tide, it happens because of you guys. It really does. All of you, but in particular our Patreon supporters who we adore and love. And if you'd like to see what we do for all of them, please check us out. And we're going to try starting this week. We're going to start serializing the Terrors too. Boy, howdy. I'm excited, actually, because that's going to be fun. Anyway, please check out what we have at Patreon. We would really appreciate it if you did. That's at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also want to thank Jeffrey Hayes, the great Jeffrey Hayes, cover artist supreme, award-winning cover artist supreme. And my copy of The Terrors is in the other room. Otherwise, I'd gladly show you this. He won an award for this. And he won an award for my book, The Terrors, which is available on Amazon and Walmart and Barnes & Noble Books A Million. Anywhere decent, wholesome books are sold. And also, if you have a library card, if you want to read it for free, I'll give you a tip. If you have a library card, if your local public library subscribes to hoopla.com, I think it's hoopladigital.com if you want to set up an account. But anyway, you go on there and you can read it on your ebook, your e-reader, whatever it is, your book, your Nook or your Kindle. You can also read it on your laptop. You can read it on your phone, whatever it is. But The Terrors is currently available on hoopla.com. So you can read it for free. And yes, don't worry, I get paid. It's a glorious thing. I actually got some money last month from Hoopla. This was quite exciting, actually. But anyway, that's one way if you want to read the terrors. That's one way to do. Otherwise, it's available on Amazon and other fine, super fine book vendors. But anyway, Jeffrey Hayes, he is amazing. He did the fantastic cover for that. And it is so gorgeous. I don't need to say anything. People see that and say, I got to have this book. And they do. They do gotta have it, and so do you. But anyway, Jeffrey is an amazing talent, a great guy to work with, and you'll love his indie creator-friendly pricing. I guarantee it. So check out the Plasma Fire Graphics page on Facebook. Then go over to plasmafiregraphics.com and talk to Jeffrey directly and get his rates, all right, for your project. He's a great guy, and you'll be so glad you did business with him. That's Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And so the comments are piling up like driftwood here. So let's get into those, and maybe we'll have a quick show today. Who knows? And I found the video before it started. Oh, glorious day, Carl! We are so glad to hear from you. How are you today? Let's see if we can conjure up and Sarah dawn this early. Let's hope so. And good morning to you, Teresa. Glad to see you here. And there she is, conjured up and everything. Our favorite goth gal, Sarah. Morning, glad my laptop reminded me of the show. Not conscious enough to remind myself. I understand that. I understand. I've been up since 4, and well, we slept poorly last night, so you know. And which we've been doing for the last few nights, so we'll see how long today lasts. And good morning to Molly Dales. Glad to see you, Molly. Hope you're doing well. And everyone's getting greeted. And yes, I am tired. Fighting depression does that to me. Plus, like I said, I haven't really slept well the last few nights between my knee pain and the lapse in awesomeness. So last night, yeah, we're gonna have a real low energy show today. We do have covfefe though. So that may help. Momentary lapse of awesomeness? No, never. Oh yes, Carl. And the thing is, I'm here to tell everyone, it's okay. It's all right to have those days. I don't wish depression on anyone. God knows. But allow yourself a day to just not have a great day. Because nothing says it lasts forever. As Les Brown says, it has not come to stay. It has come to pass. And I'll get over this. I'll be probably fine by tonight. I'm just feeling a little put upon today. Sorry to say. But anyway, we hope you are having a great day. And we'll see what we can do to get you through the next hour until Nick Tucker can take up the load on his great show, Nevermind the Furthermore, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. on the Nicholas Talker channel. And also, don't forget Nita and Daphne at 11. I think they're still on Discord. Is that it? Anyway, I got to get over there sometime. I haven't said hello to them in a long time. Don't forget to yes, please, take a moment, please, and just give the show a like, a thumbs up, whatever. Well, we're only on YouTube now. So please give us a like, if you would. That would help us so much with the algorithms. Because I have to admit that there are some weeks I'm looking at the numbers and I'm I know you guys appreciate it, but we'd like to get more people in here. Not that I'm trying to monetize, because I've given up on that, but sometimes you gotta know when to give up. Anyway, Molly Daniels continues saying, I'm still waiting for final cover art. I told you yesterday it was ready last week, but nothing yet. Yeah, but I've seen the stuff that you got awaiting you, and that's going to be glorious. It's going to be great. And I'm halfway through the Terrors on Hoopla. Oh, great. We also bought the printed copy. We wanted to pay BKM twice. Oh, Carl, thank you so much, my man. I have to admit, I've checked it. I checked it out once myself, but I wasn't the only one. I know there's been a couple other people that did it, but thank you, Carl. I do appreciate that. I'm glad Danville Public Library subscribes to Hoopla. Check your local library for details. And Donna says, as she's falling back asleep, mwah, give Donna a kiss on the cheek for me, please. And been dealing with existential dread for weeks, but now it's spring and I am better. Oh, Carl, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. And it's one of those things when I have my mental lapses, but I don't wish them on anyone else, especially somebody as awesome as you, Carl. I hope. I will actually say you are better. I am glad. And seasonal existential dread, I understand that the winter months can be cruel to all of us, but now we can get out. It's summer. I think today it's supposed to be in the 70s here in Hoosiervania. And we've got one more week free weekend, and then we're going to be at SI Comic Con in Benton, Illinois, at the community center on. Let me find that address. Yes, 414 Huddleston Street in Benton, Illinois, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Matt and Katie take good care of us, and they'll take good care of you. You come in and check us out. I know some of the Rising Tide will be there. It's going to be fun. It's just old man stuff. Yeah. I am aware of the old man stuff more and more these days. And Kids Park Car in our vacant a lot last Monday. It made $150. Yeah, that was kind of fun. As you all remember, you should, unless something's really wrong with you. The eclipse was 1 week ago today. I remember I had to go down and get Cookie. She got let out from work early, so I got. Fortunately, I got off on a state route. I wasn't going to take the interstate because I could see that I started out going about 55 miles an hour, and I could see the interstate from where I was at, and I could tell I was passing the cars there. I'm like, well, crap! I know my patients won't hang out long here. So I wound up getting involved with a pack of cars. We had a convoy going, and I think we slowed down to 75 as we were approaching Lebanon. Then I took a side trip off and then around to avoid the interstate entirely because there's like 1 mile worth of interstate between the State Route 52 exit and the Route 32 exit. And I didn't want to get on. I didn't want to mess with that at all. So I took a mile detour around it, and it turned out well. I got there in 45 minutes. Wow. I don't recommend that for everyone. So anyway, but I did see a number of people I saw some people that were renting out their lawns. You could park on their lawns and watch the eclipse. And I also saw a number of people park like tractors in their driveways to prevent people from parking in their driveway and, for whatever reason. I understand it because we used to live across the street when we lived in Champaign. For about 3 or 4 years, they used Parkland College. Those locals will know what I'm talking about. They use that for the annual 4th of July show, and we'd had people just pulling in our parking lot like they were supposed to be there. And finally, we wound up putting like barricades up to keep people out of our driveway in case we needed to get out because, it could happen. Especially since I think Cookie was working for the state at that time and could have gotten called. But yeah, we also had some people. There was a turn lane going into Parkland on the northbound. People would just pull into that turn lane and park their cars and start watching. The police would have to go down and say, "You're going to have to move, buddy." So it was a mess. I was glad when they moved it back to the stadium. So anyway, let's see. And nice, Molly. She is nice. She is wonderful. And last weekend I sold 18 books. Excellent. Plus bartered one for a t-shirt. That's fantastic. That's good work, Molly. I truly know what it's like to have mental lapses and writer's block. You will overcome it. I'm sure you will. Thank you, Teresa. I don't have writer's block at the moment. In fact, I've got a pitch I'm hoping to get done before the end of the day. It's just the motivation and just too much to do and trying to sort out my own feelings. So yeah, it happens. And Dawn Dillis says, "Good morning already." I guess so. Morning, Dawn. Well, I'm glad to see you here. And I still recall having energy and ambition. Who needs that? I'm getting along without it today, Carl. We're gonna get through this next hour together, brother. Yeah, your knee was giving you a hard time at EclipseCon too. A lot of weekends in a row. I can see needing a break between all the events. Yeah, and I'm not sure I've got too many shows this coming up that are 2 in a row. In fact, I've got like a month and a half off that I'm really looking forward to, and we're really going to catch up on some work here. So, and I couldn't have gone through Sarah, I could not have gone through EclipseCon without your help. So thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And good morning, the award-winning author, Charles Milhouse. Glad to see you here, Charles. Hope you're doing well. And there's another book coming out soon that I have just ordered from this man that you're going to be thrilled to own. There's Dawn. Yes, indeed. And very nice on the sales, Molly. Definitely. It's definitely something to celebrate. Molly says, "I'm still having Achilles issues in my left ankle. That's why I'm limiting myself to 1 event per month." I totally understand that. I'm, like I said last time we were on here, I'm already looking at farewell tour. I still want to, there are a handful of shows I do want to do, but there are some, and I'm going to keep a few words, me and my friends. Um, but I'm going to go for the ones, of course, that make the most profit, and also are not a logistical nightmare. I have to admit, Eclipse Con / Saluki Con, which it is when it's not we're not having an eclipse, can be a logistical nightmare. Mostly the load in, because they want you to do it at the loading dock. And fortunately, we had some able-bodied volunteers who were so great. Nathan Bonner, you have the best volunteers ever, and they picked up our stuff and took it and Sarah to where we needed to be. It was a glorious thing. Everyone's saying hello. And good Lord, BKM, you know about my memory in the morning. There's a reason I gave you my extra key. Yes, when we checked into the motel in Charleston, Sarah and I, being good people, we had separate rooms, despite her pleading, despite her begging and saying, no, do you have to stay in this hotel? Can you move to another one? But anyway, no, the weekend was, I know Sarah for a lot better than I thought I did. And she gave me her room key. Now, a gentleman would not take advantage of it, but fortunately I'm no gentleman. But anyway, she said, you need to have my room key just in case I lock myself out. And sure enough, it happened. So I understand. I should have given you my room key, although I'm very good about keeping it on me. But yeah, I know about your memory in the morning. It's kind of like mine all day long. I'm the one with the writer's block. Well, Teresa, just here's something I do when I have writer's block. I write anyway because I figure one of three outcomes. One, it'll be great and I'll keep it and I can use it to build something off of. Or two, I can edit it and it might be the germ of something that is worth developing. Or three, I have to throw it out and I'm no farther behind than I was in the first place. So just a thought. And Molly Daniel says, wore my Washington tee downtown on Monday, my quiet rebellion, aka thumbing my nose at my town for pricing set up way out of my budget. Yeah, I hear you. I kind of like doing that too. You talk about quiet rebellion. There was a show I did a number of years ago. It shall go unnamed. But the promoter had posted some very unfortunate jokes about the LGBTQ plus community, and said community reacted very poorly, and understandably. So I consulted with one of my good friends in that community, and she was like, I understand, Brian, this is your living. She goes, but you do enough that nobody in our community is going to blame you if you go. And I said, no, I want to do something. I want to go and represent. So I had my bow tie on, and anybody want to talk, rights, I'm front and center. So I think it's more effective than a boycott. Get in there and piss them off, I say. Anyway, maybe I should not retire. It's all right. Carl, you haven't retired yet, brother. I hope you never do. That's so cool. Carl writes some good stuff. Check his stuff out on Lulu. Also, Donna Carlene as well. Awesome. Oh, my pleasure. Looking forward to the next time we don't have Cookie with you, unless you want two women with you. Well, Sarah and I did wind up in bed together. We do have photographs of it. No, it's one of those things where Cookie, when we visited Sarah at her palatial home a couple of years ago, Cookie wound up, there were limited chairs. I had one, and Sarah moved from her chair to the bed where Cookie was sitting. And so we've had this running joke about her and Cookie being in bed together. Well, we finally had to get the two of us together in bed. So we laid down her bed, keeping Jesus between us, and an aspirin between both our knees. And we took a few pictures, fully clothed of us, just being stupid together. But anyway, it was a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. And poor Teresa had been there too. I think most of us have here. I don't know anybody that hasn't had writer's block at one time or another. Had a casualty. The cup holder on my chair broke. Oh no, hubby thinks he can fix it, thankfully. Well, I hope so. That's crazy. Brian likes when he's surrounded by women. I won't complain, Molly. I certainly won't do that. Excuse me, nose. Anyway, yeah, I had a number of people say, well, Brian, I know a lot of your helpers are female. And I'm like, well, they are more willing to help me than a lot of guys are. So I'm not complaining. Like I said, and Sarah says, if you gave me your room key, I'd lock that in the room too at some point. Oh, Sarah, no. I can relate to having writer's block recently. Can't focus. I understand that. I do keep writing. I've actually come up with some really great stuff. Excellent, Teresa. We got to get you back in print, sweetie. And someone wrote that they locked Douglas Adams, from the writer of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, in a hotel room and slipped beats under the door when he slipped out a page of writing. I should make myself a deal like that. That sounds pretty lucrative. I like that. And Brain the Lady Magnet. Brian, I think you mean Brian the Lady Magnet. Ooh la la, it's good to be Brian. So anyway, I appreciate the compliment, Teresa. Anyway, and we're caught up. We're caught up with the statements here. So we'll give it a few more minutes. If you all have something to talk about, that's fine. But if you want to go about your day, I will understand today. Like I said, I got to put up laundry. We got a guy coming in later today to do the lawn. I got to get him prepped. So it's a day. We reminded Sarah. Sarah's having a flashback to Sunday afternoon. The pizza I brought to the table, a plate of melted cheese, and couldn't find the crust. Derp. There's plenty of crust, Teresa. There's plenty of crust. We got some cheese pizza or I got pepperoni. She got cheese. Mountain of cheese. Oh my God, my Lipitor is ever since then has been going. Really, Brian? Really? So yeah, really. But again, shout out to Nathan Bonner for taking care of me and Sarah in such glorious style. So, and this week I want to tell everybody, I think because we had to skip last week because poor Brian Rodman was not feeling well, we are going to try to have a Between Two Brians tomorrow night. So just letting you know, I should be better by then. And Dawn came with us to see the eclipse. Those fun and shenanigans might have occurred, only might have occurred. Carl, I have more faith in you than that. And have you heard anything about the call for authors in Superman celebration? They just announced the artist. Not a thing, Molly. In fact, I won't be among them, and not to throw shade, but how to put this, not sound bad. The celebration has always favored artists over writers. Like I have helped them procure a few creative people from the pro comics ranks for years, but aside from budgetary limitations, they mostly wanted artists, and I can understand why. They've had a couple writers that just sit there and stare at everybody, and not everybody's as lively as you and I. So I would call down there and make sure that you've got a spot, Molly. That's what I would do. If not, I have an alternative. You can we can DM me about it, okay? And Dawn says, shenanigans, what, never. Voo, always. Dawn, I can just say you are truly a product of your parents. Okay? Is that a compliment or a reason for a lawsuit there? And Heroes for Kids, spectacular people, so great to be around. Yes, Heroes for Kids. That will be happening in July. Let me find the book. July 20th and 21st. And they're having their first 2-day convention this year. I will be there for both of them, and I will be there with all the cool kids. So please come and see us, all right? And see, not my fault. Dawn, don't believe you. And you never had a chance, hon. Hey, gotta go. I have to head out the door. Everyone have a great week. Catch you next week. Hey, Teresa, I'll talk to you later, hon. You be good. And sorry I'm not following the chat. Responding to BKM. Oh, she's responding to me. It's about time. Can't concentrate enough to focus on both. That's all right. Sarah, I'll be reading the chat eventually. So, let's see. What else is going on right now? Justification. Like I said, I have to get things ready for the guy coming in to mow the lawn later today. Got things to do around the house. Got a pitch I've got to send because I've got a story due in, possibly 2 stories due in June. Easy due. Anyway, and we've got the Terrors 2. The first draft is completely done, and we're going to start serializing that on Patreon. So if you want to get a sneak peek at it, and people will tell you that there were differences. I did this before 2 years ago with the original Terrors, And people will tell you there were differences between the two. So I took comments into account. And Molly said, I did get into Dreaming Dirty in Michigan next April 2025 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Excellent, Molly. Excellent planning. Dawn called her folks while we were together and we put them on speaker. What a hoot. And Dad's been popping into Joey's shows. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So there's that. If anybody has anything they want to promote here, please feel free. Don't wait for me to tell you. And what else is going on? Let's see. Got 2 pitches I've got to do this week. Hopefully, get started writing one. And then actually, I have 3 pitches I got to get done. Plus, we'll serialize the terrors, and we've got a blog entry to do. That's right, on my Patreon account, I do 2 blogs a week. And we talk about what's on my mind. Now, something I saw last week on TikTok, which I thought was interesting, some woman who sounds like she had a PhD, which Robert Heinlein described as piled higher and deeper. She decided it was her place to give what they call unsolicited advice to authors. Basically, you don't write like I do, so you're doing it wrong, sort of thing. That's not cool. I mean, yeah, you should obey the laws of grammar to a degree. You got some leeway there. And story structure, etc. But, it sounded like this woman went on a rampage. I also saw somebody that went into a Barnes and Noble. And she's like, oh, this is my 13-second book review. And she'd show you the cover, read the title, read the author's name, and then say something like, this is great, I liked it. Or this is a good book. Or I will hope there's a sequel. And then she went into something like, worthless. Don't want to read. Don't want to read this either. Doesn't thrill me at all. And it's like, what the hell good is a 13-second review if you don't tell the author why you feel that way? And you can still do a 30-second. Great character, so is a title, author, great plot, intrigued by the characters. You can still take another breath and do that. Otherwise, this woman is just, putting up pretty much a masturbatory review thing just for views and all. So anyway, let's see. Oh, we got that. And BKM is the speaker system. Yes. That is one thing that Sarah has not been initiated in that it's Saluki Khan and Burke Khan and a couple others. I am the PA system because I can project. In fact, I tell everyone within a 10-foot radius of me, cover your ears. It's going to get loud in about 5 seconds. And I can shout and be heard outside the auditorium. I have people out there going, wait a minute, what was that? What's Brian saying? And I don't strain my voice doing that. Normal talking does it for me. But anyway, Brian, the only time, says Carl Whitson, Brian, the only trouble with springtime is when you've been promising certain yard work all winter when it gets nicer. Now it's nicer. Damn. I understand that. That's why we got a lawn person. And I'm going to be consulting with a mutual acquaintance about how to simplify this. So maybe I can get something else going here. And congrats, Molly. Yes, an entire convention of several rooms goes quiet. Yes, they were not ready for me. I imagine there were people out in the parking lot going, what the hell was that? And did you get your invite to GeekCon? No, I don't think I did. Do I know what that is? No, I didn't. I don't believe I have. And when the director was asking for the promoter was asking for BKM, I asked if he needed an announcement. I was joking. Then BKM silenced the room with the voice proportions of epic proportions, projection of epic proportions. Yeah, I was like the Tetragrammatron, the Alan Rickman character from what was the Kevin Smith movie? Oh God, I'm blanking on the name. The one with Ben Affleck, and the one about the angels going, and George Carlin, the one about the angels going back to the church in New Jersey to screw things up. But yeah, that was me, the voice of God. And he's good at that, Sarah. I am very good at projecting. I don't have time to be giving random advice to random people. Only friends will get my help from now on, and only those who will listen. Oh, Carl, I want to hear this. There sounds like there's a story here. It sounds like somebody got a 36-inch tall flame. The sort of thing. It burns my ass. A flame this high. Sounds like there's a story here, Carl, and I'd be very interested in hearing it. And the troll at EclipseCon, he needs a social support furry. Oh my God. Anyway, not sure if that's a topic to mention. Yeah, let's mention it. There was a jerk, and I think I can safely say that, named Omar something or other. But anyway, he gets to the convention, and he likes to go on Instagram and stir the crap up. Well, he went on and he posted, OMG, this is kitty porn down here. Look at this painting of a teenage girl who was fully clothed, not doing anything. The only thing she did was just had her tongue out, that like a lot of teenage girls do, like that. It means nothing. It was just a cute painting, and he's deciding that this is because we had that and furries there. Yes, there were furries there, and I love seeing them because they dress so well. I love them, and I don't care if it's just they like dressing up as animals or pretending they're animals, or they have full-blown wango tango with this. Okay, I don't care about any of that. I just think they add to the show, the ambiance, and they're cool to look at and to talk to. All right, and if Skunk Rocker had seen the post that this a-hole was putting out, there's a happy ending to this, though. But this a-hole was putting out these things about these terrible furries, having sex and all, and this kitty porn being an open display. And of course, this idiot's echo chamber. Oh my God, this is terrible. We gotta do something. And I was hoping the promoter would get the guy trespassed, actually. Although he'd probably I got trespassed. They're trying to shield me from the kitty porn. He knew a lot more about kitty porn than I was comfortable him talking about. But anyway, and I probably shouldn't be saying it. I probably destroyed any chance of this not getting an adults only thing, or prawn, I think we have to call it now. But anyway, the heroine of the day was Lacey Lemke. Lacey Lemke was not the hero the city that Carbondale deserved. She was the hero Carbondale needed. She got on there and trolled him. And she was like, hey, if you're, why don't you come talk to me about it? I'm here. We will have a rational discourse about it. Well, apparently rational discourse was not on this guy's menu because she was so relentless on this. I love Lacey Lemke with a white hot passion. Always have, always will. And she trolled him so hard he canceled the entire thread. It was a thing of beauty. No, it's on Facebook. That's right. It's on Facebook. It was a thing of beauty. And she was so proud of herself. I was so proud of her. She was our heroine. She was our BAMF of the day. And for those of you who don't know what a BAMF is, that's a badass mother. Okay, and she was it. She was fantastic. She was glorious in her fury. It was great. And there was a troll. Yes, there was a troll at EclipseCon. And Evansville hit my inbox yesterday. No, I didn't. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. I did not get an invitation to it. Somebody solicited me at that library show, at the museum show we were at last year, but mentioned something about a table fee, and I'm like, I'm not interested in paying for a whole lot of tables unless I know the promoters and I like them, or it's someplace I'm really intrigued by, and I'm just like, I don't know. But anyway, Molly goes, for heaven's sakes. Sarah says, I was at an artist table yards away from BKM's announcement. The guy was drawing Deadpool with Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. The artist telling me he just wants to be your neighbor, laughing at them. Then he heard BKM making an announcement and derailed my train of thought, and laughter were hysterical. Wouldn't trade for the world. And someone got free editing help. Oh my God. Someone got free editing help from me. They got ticked off about a comma or something. Then they later wanted more advice. Nope. Carl, I keep thinking I need to put out a owner's manual for the Rising Tide. And this is it. This is part of the Rising Tide in action, because Carl helped somebody. Didn't have to, but he did. And my firm belief is, even though our mission is to help others, there's nothing that says we have to help the ungrateful. There is nothing that says we have to help the predatory. the people that want nothing but free editing, the people that, want you to drop what you're doing and, concentrate on their stuff. I've encountered that more than once. Or I used to do things for people, like, here's a little task. Well, I'll do that for you, no problem. And then I tell them how to do it. Well, then they come back and say, well, here's another thing. You can do that too, and I'm like, why can't you? Well, I'd rather you do it. And I had to fire all of them because it's like, no. We are not fishing. We teach you to fish. And a couple of people, they got, well, you were doing it before. Why aren't you doing it now? I'm like, dude, I've got my own thing to do. I will teach you how to do it. And then you move on from there, but you got to teach someone else. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want you to do it for me because you'll do it for free. I'm like, no, I won't do it at all now. So, yeah, Carl, kudos. Kudos to Carl. The Covfefe lifts for you. Because you can be rising tide, but nothing says you have to be a doormat for it, okay? You can help people, but if they're not reciprocal or pass on the good things, then they are not rising tide. There are some times I almost wish I could make a membership sheet, but I can't. But because I've seen some people say, "Oh yeah, I'm part of the rising tide," just because we don't take membership, we don't take membership dues, and we don't take attendance. And then they go out and, well, why aren't you people helping me more? Why aren't you people helping me? What are you doing to help others? Well, I don't have time for that. I no, blah, 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 blah. That's my rant for the day. That I get energy for, okay? Sarah says that freaking troll took his child with him, then made those claims. They went back the following day. What the deuce? It's not like they were dry humping each other or anything. If they did, I would probably have gotten video of it. And geez, evil punctuation. Oh my God. A comma. I know. She's tiny, but she's mighty. Hey, Dynamite comes in small packages. And Lacey, my darling Lacey, she's Lady 3 Mile Island. You know what I'm saying? She was burning with righteous fury, and it was a glorious thing to see. And Lacey Lemke is awesome. I could not agree more. She's my con wife, and I adore her. Love seeing Heroes for Kids linking up with Trevor Von Eden. Yes, and an acting part it sounded like. Love Bishop for staying with Rising Tide. Bishop is the exemplary of Rising Tide. He really is. He does a lot of good for a lot of people. And yeah, one of our own may have one of our own, someone else other than me, will be in Bishop Stevens' new movie based on a real life, the only convicted African-American serial killer. It's a fascinating concept for a movie. And I played a bit role. In fact, I'm in the trailer, so it's kind of cool. And sorry, I had to let that one. I couldn't believe it. And there was a sign that blatantly stated cosplayers being touched is not consent. What a weirdo, that guy. Yeah, seriously. Like many conventions now, this has been going for about 20 years, that cosplay is not consent. Just because you're dressed up, and even if you're showing a little bit of skin, that is not a call for you to be creeped on. Okay. Just because I can get away with it, I do it with my friends because they know I'm creepy. But yeah, I'm also the same guy that if I catch you, I caught somebody one day following a cosplayer, and he had his camera down around his groin, and he was basically taking a video of her butt. So I made sure I got in between them, and made sure I let him know I caught him. And whatever, if I'm Rising Tide, you're fine, Dawn. You're part of the crew. Trust me, you do good. And Jeff Hayes, I know you. Good morning, all. Just finished a crazy Skype call and wanted to drop in to say hello and send my thanks and love to BK for his continued and unbelievable unwavering support. Brother, you make it easy. I'm privileged to have your friendship as well as the benefits of your talent. And I expect sometime a WeTransfer. So you can get a look at everything first. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Jeffrey Hayes, PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Check this guy out. Check out his award-winning stuff. He's sensational, and he's a great guy. He really is. I love you, Jeff. Thank you for taking the time to say hello to us. That cheers me up. I'm getting over my depression. And true, Brian, some creators think that they are more talented and deserve to be promoted over the rest of us. Nope, everyone must work for it. Agreed, Carl. And there's nothing wrong with helping others promote. It's like, I've done it for many of you here, and you guys have been wonderful about reciprocating. But I do get some people, like when I was broadcasting 3 shows, I think it was, I had like 3 shows going at one time. And I got some people that'd be like, well, can you promote me? Put me on the show. I want to be on your show. Or when can I be on your show? Like, it was expected of me to have them. And most of the people that were like, when do I show up on your show, were the worst guests. Because all they did was like, where did you get your start? Well, where I got my start isn't important, but let's talk about my Kickstarter here. Dull as dirt. And I eventually I had to tell some people, I don't care what you have to sell. I care about what you have to say. And there's some people that say, I'll gladly have you on when you don't have a Kickstarter. But they wouldn't have that. And I've had a couple people, it's sort of thing that tells you who your true friends were, because I, cut back on my broadcasting, to keep from burning out completely. Because I still dig doing this, but if it gets to be a hassle, I'm not going to. Because this is an hour I could be doing something, right? Something else, right? But I love you guys too much not to keep in touch with you. But I have some people say, I just can't do it. I'm on the verge of burnout. And they go, we dig it, Brian. We understand. And I find other ways to help them. But I've had some, I tell them that, they stop talking to me. I know who my friends are. So anyway, we love you, Carl, and we love you, Jeff. We love you a lot. And the lead cop part, rock on, and a huge congrats. Definitely. And everyone saying hello to Jeffrey Hayes, who's saying hello back. Wait, one more creeping? Well, no more conventions for me. And you didn't have to tell that story about me, Brian. No, there was somebody else with the camera at their waist level. The thing was with Carl, that was the only thing Carl was wearing was the camera. But anyway, good thing he had a telephoto lens. And Jeff is trying to keep up with the kudos. Oops, I was just assigned to get Donna some coffee. Be back. Yeah, you better take care of our lady there. And Jeff, you should have seen me fly across the breakfast table. A hug became when he told me you won the cover. Yeah, we were all so excited for you. And I put up a little handwritten sticky note on my copy of the display copy of the Terrorist. We won an award. And talking about you, my man. Talking about you, my friend. And that's awesome. It was definitely a proxy hug from me. Same back at you, brother. Same back at you. And keep in touch. Ooh, yeah. I'm always here for the touch. And guy behind me cam was watching it like it was weird. Well, it was exciting news. Hey, let them think we're weird. We're just happy for our people. And Jeffrey Hayes is our people. And Joe Bachman, hello, my man. Popping and say hello real quick, saying backstage staying with Nick before his show. Well, give Nick a big wet sloppy for all of us, would you? And lick my spine shirt. I got your back. Dang, I'm giddy all over again, says Sarah. Ooh, I like you when you're giddy. And Donna's fully caffeinated now for Never Mind the Furthermore right after this show. And show tonight, Joey. And everyone saying hello to Mr. Bachman there. Also, check out indiecd.com if you want to get your name listed for what you do creatively and on the cheap. All right, but effective. All right, we know what that means. So anyway, Morning Joe. Yeah, Morning Joe. I just had some. Anyway, and that's a fine show on MSNBC. But anyway, looks like we have reached the end of the comments here. So, not yet. And yep, already got scheduled. Excellent. And indiecd.org. That's the one. Thank you. Check that out. That's what Joe Bachman's doing. I'm in it, and a whole bunch of other creative people are in there. You should be in there too. For one low price, you can get everything you do listed. So when people go looking for somebody that does what you do, that's where they'll find you. All right. It became org. Oh, org. Well, see, nobody tells me this stuff, Dawn. They gotta know what I'm thinking before I say it. But anyway, what? Anyway, we're almost at the time when we should probably be. I got your back, but I'm not licking any spines. Hey, I offered to lick Sarah's spine, but she wouldn't stand still long enough. But anyway, you think, right? After all this time. But anyway, love you to the abyss and back always forever. Here are these mornings bouncing. So I love seeing you bounce, Sarah. Anyway. We will do it again soon, my love. I promise we will go out and have more shenanigans together because we must shenanigate further. And maybe a spine lick will help me next time I see you, Dawn. Let's try it. All right. And well, it made me quiver. There we go. And love you, Brian. Have a great week. I love you too, Jeff. You are the best, brother. You have a great week, my friend. And we will be talking soon, I promise. Maybe in the green room, Dawn. Everyone have a great day. You too, Carl. You too, my friend. Everybody, abandon me now for Nicholas Anthony Tockert on Nicholas Tockert's channel because he's got Never Mind the Furthermore following the show, and you want to be there. We, pending Brian's health, might have a Between Two Brians tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And we don't know what we're talking about yet. We can make an argument. We don't know what we're talking about anyway. So anyway, we will find something of interest where you can join in the conversation. We have not been afraid to tackle the hard projects here. So please tune into the show tomorrow night. We will give everyone a warning that it'll be on. And on good day, all. Same to you, Dawn. I'm glad you were here. I'm actually off tomorrow night, so we'll be able to be there for excellent. And it starts in 9 minutes. Well, we'll try to get out of here in 8 if at all possible. Anyway, we want to thank, as always, our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators, and I hope I'm one of them, with an affordable monthly stipend. And even $1 will get you my twice-weekly blog, which I've got to go work on, called Every Blog Deserves a Name. And we also tell you where our travels will take us, what we got going, and just all kinds of shenanigans there. So check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Also want to thank our very, very special guest that just showed up, Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. If you want some award-winning talent, and my copy of The Terrors is in the other room. But anyway, this guy's 2 years consecutive. I just realized that. Anyway, if you want your book to have the best cover possible, then you need to talk to Jeffrey Hayes about it, because he does quality work in a variety of genres and no AI. All right, I can't stress that enough. No artificial intelligence. He puts real intelligence behind it and real talent, and it shows. It really does. And like I keep saying, The Terrors, I only have to pitch about half the copies I sell. Most of the time, people just look at that cover and go, wow, this looks great. I want this book. And that makes my job easier. So if you want to have an easier job selling your books, then you need to get on Jeffrey Hayes' schedule. You can contact him at plasmafiregraphics.com and check out the samples there. Then ask him about his indie creator-friendly pricing. You will be so glad you did. He's great to deal with, and he's a dear friend. I love the guy, and he is so cool. Anyway, check out Plasma Fire Graphics. That's Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And Sarah continues, how much bounciness can we do in 9 minutes? A lot! Dear Lord Chatty AF, beware, never mind the furthermore. Sarah's just had her simple syrup and espresso. So Nick, someone warned Nick that Sarah's coming in hot. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, I'm so happy. It's in the laundry, or else I'd have worn it. We got our T-shirts from a place in West Des Moines that Cookie and I went to a few months ago, called the Breakfast Club. And imagine a really nice Art Deco kind of build, not quite Art Deco, but really retro-looking building. And the first image you see over the doorway is Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast and Tiffany's holding up a plate of pancakes. And then you go inside and you see Smurf cartoons on the monitors and everything. It's a great, great place. And yeah, I have seen the mornings. Everybody be warned, it's Sarah. She's coming in. Now I know why I needed to warn people, right? But anyway, the menu is delicious, but they had some great T-shirts, and Cookie and I each got one. And it says on the back, more espresso, less depresso. So I'm going to get me some espresso. And you guys, thank you for being here. I think I'm about out of it. It's out of my funk. So anyway, now I remember why I do this, right? Anyway, McAllister's great food and poor sap nearly humping the wall of people who had been there. Oh God, yeah. There were some famous people who are from the Carbondale area, and this guy saw the collage of people, and he just I think he was enraptured. Yeah, it was. Sarah and I were just like, oh. So anyway, poor man. Anyway, we hope you have reasons to celebrate today. Again, thank you for being here. Appreciate your being here. And we'll all get through this life together, all right? And glad you're getting out your lump. OMG, laughter is the best medicine. And you guys are the best physicians. Love you all. And anyway, thank you all. Appreciate it. I remember why I do this show. And we hope you guys have a great show. Remember, Nicholas Tockard, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Never mind the furthermore, far better host than the previous goof. And hope you all take care today. And you too, Molly. Love you, hon. And wonderful show. Wonderful lady. Love you, Sarah. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being here. And like I said, if you're watching us on the rerun, please leave a comment. We'd really appreciate that. We'll try to reply to you. And we will try to be back next Monday because I don't have a show this coming weekend, so I might feel up to it. Hopefully be a little higher energy too, because that's what you guys need on a Monday morning. Anyway, folks, have a fantastic week. I insist. And I'm gonna get some stuff done outside so I can hide inside the house for the rest of the day. And I hope you have a great day too. And we'll be talking to you soon. Check out our terrors. The Terror is available on Amazon and all great book vendors. Also hoopla.com if you check out with your library card. And as always, folks, thank you for being here. And hey, let me get to the right place here so I can do this correctly. Oh, this is such a so. Folks, thank you for being here again. I'm Brian K. Morris, your host, and we'll see you next Monday, hopefully, here on No Warning, because that's probably what you'll get. Absolutely no warning that we're here exclusively on YouTube. All right. And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a fantastic week. See what you can do to help someone else have a great week, too. Take care and be good, everyone. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
How dare you?